I had the privilege of knowing Dadi Prakashmani from 1992 until she passed on. She was a very beautiful soul from within, and I have learned a great deal from her. I remember feeling that she was very perceptive. Whenever you went to see her, it was as if she knew what was in your mind. And you always felt a degree of peace when you were beside her. She considered herself to be a companion of God in the proper sense of the word. So she would talk to him in anybody's presence and say, well, God will do this, or he will do that, or he should do this, or it's his yajna. So why should I worry about how this or that is going to happen? And that was very refreshing. I found that real belief, she wasn't just talking like that, but she really believed that God was her companion constantly. And that was something we all learned from her. That it's not just to say God is your companion, but to believe and to act in that way. She even would say to us that this is your home, which means Madhuban. Madhuban was our home. And when we went to say goodbye to her when we were leaving, she would say, you are now going to the office, and I want you to come back home as soon as possible. And she would say that with so much love and with so deep feeling that you would want to come back again. So Dadi Prakashmani had many, many traits. One of her greatest trait was that she was in charge properly about everything that happened in Madhuban. Whether it was the menu in the kitchen, the tasting of the food, the deciding of the menu, who were arriving in Madhuban, their comfort, where everybody had proper bed and mattress and rooms and the cleanliness, everything that you can imagine, she was in charge. She was in control. She knew everything. Now, this is a real quality of a leader. A leader makes sure that she is aware or he is aware of everything that's going on. Not just from the top, the main things, but every detail of what's going on. That is what made her a great leader. But, of course, being a Brahma Kumari, she had also mastered the art of zero stress. She absolutely had no stress. She was always smiling. Whatever was going on around her, it was not on her face or in her intellect. Whereas she was so knowledgeable in so many things, about some things she was quite innocent, like a little girl. I remember that she came to Africa for the first time, and I had the privilege. That was in 1993, I think. I was hardly 1 year in the yajna or knowing the Brahma Kumaris. And I took her to the Masai Mara, which is one of our national parks where there is an abundance of animals. And I took her there to show her around the national park. In the evening, when we were all relaxing, I asked Dadi if she would like a drink. She said yes. So I asked her just jokingly whether she'd like a whiskey. And she, with a very serious face, and genuinely, she didn't know what whiskey was. And she said to me, Does that taste good? I was so flabbergasted, but I felt this little because that was Dadi Prakashmani. She really did not know that what whiskey was. So there was something she knew nothing about. There were so many things she knew so much about, and she dominated world service, what was happening in every country in the world, what service was going on, who was in charge, who was where, and all of those things. She was completely in charge. I love Dadi Prakashmani. And I still love her because what she has taught us still remains always. Only after she passed on, we think about it even more than when she was here. For example, I remember she said one day that people take so much notice about little things, that somebody didn't give them a proper smile, or didn't say hello properly, or they gave them a cold smile, or so many little things. And she said that I meet some days 3,000-4,000 people that come to me to take Toli, to talk to me. Should I worry about whether they gave me a good smile or a proper smile or a false smile, or they say hello to me properly or not? What does it matter? So there were so many things like that that I learned from Dadi Prakashmani, and will always remember everything that I have learned from her. As I said before, she was a beautiful soul, and I love her. Greetings.